Hello everyone, thanks so much for being here. I've got another pick a card for us. I'm really excited about this one. It is your encouraging messages. So it's a pick a card from numbers 1 through 4. And how I typically do pick a cards for myself is I think of the numbers 1 through 4, and whichever number floats in is the one that I select, but we all think differently. So if you're more visual, go ahead and use the stones or the colors under the numbers to select your pick, but just make sure you're going with the first number that jumps out at you or the first number that comes to mind, because that's how our intuition works. You want to go with the first one that hits you. So go ahead and pause the video if you need more time. I'm going to move on to pile 1, but thanks so much for being here, and I will see you in your pile selection. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 1. If you chose pile 1 or this stone, this is your message. Thank you so much for being here. These are encouraging messages. And towards the end, I pulled a card that I wanted to ask what energy is coming toward you. So I'll share that with you towards the end of this pile. But pile 1, so what are your encouraging messages? Pile 1, first of all, I just want to start off with, you guys are very pure. You have a very pure heart. You are very considerate of others. And you got the raise your vibration card. So I feel like your vibration, you're going to naturally start wanting to raise your vibration a little bit. Your intuitive feelings are accurate messages from the angels. So just know that your intuition is really high, and you actually got that twice. So that is a really big message for you. Heightened intuition. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it's trustworthy. So trust those feelings that you are getting. Trust your instincts. If you get an idea, if you guys have been kind of struggling to find your path or struggling to figure out what would make you happy, right now you are going to start getting downloads about those things. So just keep that in mind when you get little thoughts that come in. That's spirit. You guys have a very heightened intuition. Your intuition's really high right now. You got manifestation on the bottom of this deck, and this says, be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation step 1. So you guys might have manifestation on the mind. You know, maybe you are thinking about your path, and just know that your prayers are being answered. You actually got that in this card here. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. You also got give it to God. So there might be something you've been really thinking about lately, or that you have wanted help from a higher power, and just know that it's working. It's already started. The process has started. Sometimes things don't happen right away. Just have patience, but the process is already started. It says take a deep breath, and on the exhale, release this situation to God for healing and answers. And I feel like that's already starting for you guys. So make sure that you are keeping your vibration high, which I think naturally you will already have wanted to start doing that. You also got improving health at the bottom of the health deck, and that says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for your comforting reassurance about this situation. So if anyone has been under the weather or been struggling with health, it is going to start improving. And when we feel good, that's when things really start flowing for us, because we are able then to focus on other things. I know when I haven't felt good in the past, like it's kind of hard sometimes to concentrate on other things because you just want to be well. Like health is so important. So, and then you also got, don't forget, you had prayer here, and you got prayer works out of this health deck. It says, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for hearing and answering my prayer of, and then you would add in whatever the circumstances are. But this is your confirmation. Whatever you have been really focused on or wanting assistance with, that's coming to you. That is absolutely coming to you. This lost and found card says, what was once lost is about to be found. thanks to the Lost and Found Fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So if something has been lost in your life, or you feel a little bit of a hole in your life, or you feel like something is missing, you're going to start feeling more fulfilled in certain things. You have light right next to that, and it says, the fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. So just know that there are things that are coming to light. Like I said, I feel like your intuition is really picking up on things lately. And this says that the light is coming to shed love and light onto the current situation and remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. So that's beautiful. Your intuition is going to be on point. You have support from the universe. Your prayers are being answered. Harmony's coming in. Harmony. So maybe something was feeling a little bit bumpy in your life, or not harmonious, or making you feel out of balance. I feel like balance is coming back in. You may have been kind of praying about it, whatever this is. It says stay strong in your faith. Just know, once you hear this reading, just absolutely know that whatever you have given over to God, or whatever higher power you believe in, stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. And it said raise your vibration. So just know, when you hear this, this is your confirmation. It's being taken care of. And just know that. Just already know that and accept it as truth, because it's happening for you. So, oh gosh, and I mentioned patience, and I didn't even realize that you have patience here. Patience came up. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. So this isn't going to be true for everyone, but some of you might be really trying to manifest a spiritual path. It doesn't have to be oracle cards, but it could be. It says you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So like I said, your intuition is going to be really speaking to you. So you will know the answers to the next steps, because internally your guidance is really on point right now. But also, if you are trying to get more onto a spiritual path, that is opening up for you. You are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. It doesn't have to be oracle cards, but you are very wise. You got the wise soul card. It says your soul carries ancient wisdom. Please embrace it as you have the knowledge to help those around you. So this has come up multiple times. You definitely have the knowledge and the wherewithal, the wisdom to provide assistance and guidance for others and yourself. And this could be through a creative expression as well. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. You guys are probably very creative, but if you do use oracle cards or tarot, or if you're, a reader of some kind, just know your intuition is really going to be picking up. And I feel like this pile, you guys are very you're very cognizant of others and making sure you want to do right by others, because you are so pure. You want to make sure whatever you are doing to assist others, you guys, I can tell, like this pile, just by looking at this, you really want to make sure that it's accurate and that you're providing the best sound counsel, no matter what it is that you're talking to others about. And so sometimes I feel like you guys really feel like you always want to practice and you always want to grow, and you want to make sure that you are providing sound advice to others. So Look in a Book is here. And also the practice, this practice card. And then at the bottom of the deck, you got School. So if you guys do feel like, sometimes you feel like, gosh, I really want to polish up my skills, or I want to make sure I'm doing, what I need to, or saying what I need to. I want to make sure I'm providing the very best counsel, or the very best readings, or the very best advice. It's fine to continuously learn. We are constantly learning. We learn daily, hopefully. If your life is fulfilled, I feel like you do learn every single day. New things happen, or, somebody crosses your path that can give you really good advice that you can take in and learn. But school is here. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school. And when I see this card, it doesn't necessarily mean school. It just means learning. That we have so much knowledge at our fingertips. You You can YouTube, you can search anything on YouTube and get a tutorial. You can Google search anything. We have so much access. It could be school if that's something that you're able to attend or that you can afford. It could be that, and you may be going to school to practice, your whatever your real path is, professional path. But also look in a book is here. Whatever your questions right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. So I think sometimes you guys, because you are so pure-hearted and wonderful, I feel like sometimes you guys really want to make sure that your skills are polished so that you're providing the best service or best advice or whatever it is that you do, you're providing the best quality to those that depend upon you. But I also want to show you, I feel like this is all going to start effortlessly flowing to you. The information that you need is effortlessly going to flow to you. These are your encouraging messages. This is waterfall. It's like effortlessly pouring onto you. So I feel like the knowledge you're seeking, as soon as you pray about it or concentrate on wanting more of that, it will find you. And discovery is here too. This card is about like figuring out exactly what it is, like uncovering different layers of yourself and figuring things out. Like the fable attached to this card is that this person's name is Pink. He or she thought that they found the love of their life named Petunia, and one day Petunia left, just up and left him. And so he went to the sky god and said, what should I do? I don't even know what to do with my life. Like, in his mind, that was his whole purpose, was loving Petunia. But the sky god said, well, Petunia is unable to receive love. And they were put in your life in order for you to understand how expandable and how deeply you can love. And so he just decides, Pink says, okay, well, I have to figure things out. So he started discovering all these different facets of himself that he hadn't known about before because he was so focused on that one thing. So this is all about discovery. You guys could uncover different skills or different ways that you'll be able to effortlessly help others. It's going to start like pouring into you. Whatever it is that you're feeling that you want to expand is going to effortlessly come into your life. You also have the home card. And when I get this, I just often think, feeling really comfortable in your skin, feeling at home with yourself, feeling like, just feeling. 8 is also here. And to me, 8 is kind of about like karma, or about, your path, things that happen in life and things. So for me, home is about, do you feel comfortable in your own skin? She might be a little bit homesick in this card, because, and I never really noticed her expression. She might be like reading a message from someone from home that she's missing, or something along those lines. Like, because this card and that card came up, perhaps you might be really missing someone. It's possible, definitely. But you know what? This card just fell, and I want to pick it up and see what it is, because while I was talking about this card, this card fell. You guys got this card. And sometimes this is about, first of all, when you get this card, it's about feeling, trying to feel more comfortable in your own skin, making sure that, you are, that you are, if you're in a relationship, that the passion is there, that you're able to kind of ignite the passion, to feel like, for instance, just generally good about your own body and feeling comfortable with your sexuality and expressing yourself, those kinds of things. And you also got the guilt card. So I don't know if there's something maybe going on where you guys could feel a bit guilty about something in a relationship, or something to do with, because like I said, when I was talking about these two cards, which he was searching for what needs, what he can fulfill himself with, because Petunia is no longer here. And when I picked this card up, I felt like she might be missing something or longing for something. Like maybe you guys are feeling a little bit like you're lacking something, or you feel like there's something that needs to be fulfilled in your life, or maybe you're missing the passion in your life. Like this is about passion and feeling, just feeling sexy, feeling good in your skin. Maybe there's something that needs to be thought about in regards to that, especially if, because you got the guilt card here. And it doesn't have to be guilt about sexuality. It could be, but it doesn't have to be that, because this really could be related to anything about a relationship, or perhaps you're thinking about a past relationship that you felt really confident in or very passionate in. Just because of the way that these cards came out. And when I was talking about these cards, this card fell. So I just feel like it's probably somewhat related for the people that it resonates with. This is a pick a card, so not everything will resonate with everyone. But for the people that it resonates with, you could be really thinking about a past situation that was similar to what Pink experienced, where you were really focused on someone. Maybe you feel a bit guilty because a lot of time went by and you feel like maybe you wasted your time. Or like I said, you just could be feeling melancholy about someone that made you feel very confident and felt like, made you feel, my mind just thought of apple of your eye. Someone could have made you feel like you were very sexy and very beautiful and you were the apple of their eye. And maybe just because she's looking this way, maybe they disappointed you and maybe it took a while to get over. So sometimes you feel guilt about it. Or this could be anything. It really could be. And this is just basically talking about, because this card came up, and when this card comes up, it's about, he went to the sky god to figure out what next, and then he started discovering there are so many other things about him and his life that can make him happy. He doesn't have to be stuck on this one individual that he thought he was, pouring all of his efforts in. But I'm sure there was, once he started realizing that that isn't the end all be all, he probably did start feeling some guilt because he focused on that for so long, and then when you realize that there are other things in life, or that you may have wasted some time, but don't consider it a waste either, because even when we go through those circumstances, that teaches us things. We are always learning. We're always, life is like school. We are constantly learning. There's lessons in everything we go through. And as long as we're learning the lessons and moving forward, and, not necessarily having that past repeat itself, then it's not a waste of time, because you have gained that knowledge and that wisdom. Everything we go through creates another layer of wisdom as we grow and age and learn, all the things that we are constantly learning and educating ourselves with in life are lessons. So there's no need to feel the guilt, because, it was part of learning. Even if you figured that you stayed too long in a situation, you probably felt really at home with the person. If this is about a love interest, you probably felt really confident, really loved, really sexy, really at home with them. They gave you like a sense of self almost, but regardless, look at all this beautiful stuff that is getting ready to flow in. And now you can focus on whatever whatever is creating harmony, because that's coming in right now. Your purity, your answered prayers are here. Things that you're focusing on, lost and found, is here. So whatever things that you feel, parts of yourself that you may have lost in time, it's all coming back. Don't worry. You guys are you're able to kind of shed light wherever you go. You're finding things that are fulfilling you. Your life is beginning to be harmonious. Creative expression is here. And then also you got this card right under the home card that I had picked up. So unleash your creativity. There's something in your life that wants to come out. The expression of your creative juices want to flow. So it's up to you to figure out what it is that is. Creative could be anything, literally any talent. You also get the Divine Feminine card at the bottom of the deck. And this is all about, look at how powerful she is. This is the power you guys possess. This is, your encouraging messages. And this is spirit represented on this card. So you guys are really in tune with spirit. Look at all of this power coming out of her. hands. I mean, you guys are magnetic. You have this says receptive power. It's all about being able to effortlessly receive downloads, receive in general, and be comfortable with who you are. Look how confident she seems. She just seems unstoppable. She's so confident. She's so poised. And this doesn't mean that if you're a male watching this absolutely, we all possess the male and female energies within us. We have both sides, definitely. So I also want to talk a little bit, because I had also asked about what energy is coming towards you at this time. And you guys got sacred purpose. And this says eternal flame, ancestral legacy. And this is a really interesting, very deep card. Just look at it. It's very interesting, this card. This is the priestess of the holy fire, and it's bringing an important message about sacred purpose. And if you look in the book, it says she holds the spark of the eternal flame in her hand, bearing witness to the light of antiquity that lives in each of us. And so the eternal flame that's represented in the card, it's all about your soul's presence, and not just during this time, not just, it's not limited to your own experience, but it's talking about lineage and ancestry, ancient ancestors, and just kind of focusing on all that, you know, the energy that your ancestors have left for you, and also what you will leave for the people that are coming after you. So it's all about kind of the energy that you bring to the world. It's about heritage. It's about basically cultural, spiritual, and familiar pasts, and reminding you to honor that, and also to think about what you will perpetuate. You know, what is going to be a legacy for you. So this is a very deep card. It just shows the roots behind us and what we also are leaving behind. I just got a vision of a tree, like when they focus on, you know, the tree of life, basically. There's roots extending so far under very, very large trees. The trees are so powerful and they do so much for the planet. And then it just, you know, the trees are so strong, and they are also there for generations. So what are you like leaving behind for others? What is going to be your legacy? What, you know, what do you feel is your sacred purpose? And this card is calling you to honor the book. When you read the book, it says your holy fire in your own soul. So it's just a very deep card. It makes, when I think of it, it just makes you think so deeply about that, because it's all about honoring what your ancestors have done already, and then thinking about what your legacy will be for people that are coming in your lineage after you. So it's just a very deep card. And the affirmation for this card is, I honor the eternal flame within. I value my ancestral heritage, and I perpetuate the sacred energy for those yet to come. And so that energy is, you're going to be immersed in that energy. It's coming toward you. So you guys might be really thinking about legacy or your ancestors coming up here. And you're just thinking about maybe what mark you're leaving on the world. And I think that's really beautiful. And don't forget, this says the Fairy Queen of Light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation, and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. So I feel like whatever you have been searching for is coming, and that's part of the encouraging messages. Effortlessly, things will be opening up to you. There will be light shed on whatever it is that you're wondering. And you guys are here with this very pure heart. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within you will find the answer to your questions. So if you have been having questions, I feel like you guys are going to get those answers. And if you have been feeling like you need, harmony was lost for some reason, or you were out of balance, that's coming back to you. And whatever it is that you have been praying for and your manifestations that you have been putting out, they are absolutely coming. Stay strong in your faith. And don't feel guilty about wanting to go, learn more about whatever it is that you feel is your purpose or your passion. The way that we understand what our path is, it's whatever makes us feel really passionate, whatever makes it feel like it's almost effortless to do, whatever that is that makes you tick, that makes you, let's say if you thought about it, let's say you were like a millionaire, a billionaire or something. Let's say you're a billionaire or you are just insanely wealthy. If you have found your life purpose, you'll still want to do that, even if you don't need to earn a single penny. That's how you know when you have found your actual purpose. So if you found it though, if you have found what fulfills you and what brings that harmony to your life and what makes you feel really centered and even healthy, your health will even improve when you're on the right path, because it brings joy, it brings balance, period. Once you find those things, you will want to continuously learn. You will be hungry to learn more. So it won't be a chore to learn or practice or look at a book or research or, really research things. Maybe something will come up and you'll start wondering if it was, part of your lineage, or if your ancestors had been interested in things like that. But like I said, trust your intuition. And prayer works. You have prayer here several times, and then you also have a card about stay strong in your faith. So those are your encouraging messages, and you have such a beautiful energy coming towards you. The sacred purpose card, eternal flame, ancestral legacy. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. If you like this type of reading, feel free to give it a thumbs up so that I know what content to create. And I hope you're subscribed. If you're not, please subscribe. I would love to continue growing and reaching more people. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you in the next video. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose Pile 2 or this stone, this is your message, your encouraging messages. So Pile 2, I feel like you guys are feeling, well, for some reason, you're feeling kind of like isolating yourself a little bit. You've probably been feeling like you want to hide away a little bit for some reason. Perhaps it has something to do with your pride or your appearance. You've been trying to, or you need to, take time for yourself, and don't feel guilty about that. The reason I think you've been kind of like a lone wolf is you have the wolf card, which in this card he is alone, but he's perfectly comfortable being alone. You guys have take time for yourself, so I feel like you kind of have been sheltering yourself from others a little bit. You have the Enlightenment card, which often can be about taking time for yourself or kind of going into solitude a little bit. Also, Enlightenment is about learning through obstacles and learning through fears and learning through your path, enlightening yourself. And I feel like that is definitely happening. Whatever you're doing in regards to kind of secluding yourself or isolating, I do feel like it's something that is worthwhile for you. I feel like it is something that was necessary. This isn't going to be for everyone, but some of you could be a new mom, or you could have had children, and that's kind of when the isolation began. Children popped out, and that could be something like maybe your body changed and you were very focused on your kids and you kind of lost sight of yourself a little bit. And I say that because this person is holding a newborn, and it says, easy does it. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me detach, retreat, and let go so that healing can occur. And once you have a child, once you've actually birthed the child, you do need time to kind of heal. It's a lot to give birth and take care of a very young child. Sometimes when mommies have kids, they end up shifting their focus, and then they don't take time for themselves. Sometimes and then it affects their pride because they may not look like they used to, or they may not be putting self-care efforts in to make their appearance how they want it to be. So sometimes it can affect self-worth because you have this beautiful gift of a child and you're so focused on the diamond of the child, the beauty of the child, and taking care and nurturing the child, you don't nurture and take care of yourself. Like I said, that's not going to be for everyone, but the people that pick this pile, regardless of what it was that you've been working on or been distracted by or doing, you do need to make time for valuing yourself. Self-love came up too. And when we don't feel like when we're not loving ourselves, it makes it harder for those around us to love us because it's typically a vibration shift where if you don't value yourself, people might pick up on that energy a bit and not value you as much as you deserve to be valued. You're God's precious gem. You got the diamond card. You're an absolute diamond. Value yourself. Self-love is here. Make sure you love yourself. Make sure you're putting efforts into yourself. Laughter is the best medicine is here, so keep it lighthearted. This isn't like a super serious issue, I feel. Like in this pile, I feel like this is something that can be tweaked and changed, and you'll be absolutely perfectly fine, and you'll be ready to get back out again. You also got this solitude card. Yeah, you guys got a lot of cards. You definitely have been kind of isolating yourself, and I feel like it's for a reason. Maybe you are trying to learn something new. Maybe something felt like it kind of knocked you off your path. Maybe you went through something painful. I also feel like you guys might have a celebration that you've been invited to, and it's kind of making you feel like you need to kind of jump into some kind of action where you need to kind of body work is here, and builder. Maybe some of you are working on your bodies or getting more muscular or toning up or maybe losing weight. You're just taking more pride in your appearance at this time, possibly because of the invitations or because you know you're going to be seeing people again soon, or you want to get out again. Maybe you're feeling like the isolation period is over. What I want to say to this pile is, when we get down on ourselves and our pride drops a little bit, when we feel a little bit self-conscious, don't forget, use your instincts and your wisdom to make sure that you're not allowing others to control you too much. Control issues is here, but I'm just saying that because sometimes when we're in a vulnerable state, people can sense that, and I don't want you guys to be taken advantage of. And this trickery card, this was at the bottom of one of the decks, it's all about, like, it could just be about trickery. In this case, no one won in this scenario because this dragon had this huge acorn and the squirrel wanted the acorn. So he filled this basket up with rocks and he put very few acorns at the top, and the dragon picked it up to feel it, and he wanted it really badly because he thought that it was really heavy from a full basket of acorns. So he was going to steal it. He went to steal it, and that gave the squirrel a chance to get the acorn, and then they didn't win. He ended up with not enough food because he had this basket. He ended up disqualified from this competition that they were trying to win for their acorns, and he was disqualified because he stole, and he was disqualified because he stole, and he ended up with less because he was not paying attention, and it was actually, the bucket was filled with rocks. So, and I'm not saying that you guys are at fault here at all. What I'm saying is, we may be focused on perhaps, the wrong things when we feel down about ourselves, or when we're feeling envious of others. We might be focused on the wrong things. And sometimes when we're feeling down on ourselves, this green color always reminds me of jealousy. And whatever it is, like sometimes fear makes us act in ways we wouldn't normally act. Like he wanted to win, so he was fearful that he was going to win, and he wanted more, he wanted more food or something, so he was going to steal. But what I'm saying is, like, when we become envious of others because of their appearance, or because they look like they have more than us, first of all, it's usually a facade. It's not usually true. But also, we wouldn't normally act in certain ways if we didn't feel that fear or that jealousy. Like fear and jealousy, they're definitely a lower vibration. So, and I don't think you guys are jealous. But if anything ever comes up where you do see something that you really, really want, and you might become like envious of a person that has it, it's just basically your soul saying, you can do that. Just figure out why you're feeling like you want that, and if it's good for you and if it's good for your soul, that just means it's something that you should work towards. Like, I'm just going to give a very basic example. If you work with someone and they have like really beautiful possessions, or they have a watch that you really, really love, and I am absolutely not saying that's happening to any of you, I'm just giving an example. If something piques your interest and you're like, gosh, I really like that, or wow, I wish I could have that, just work towards it. Don't ever let envy creep in, because you can definitely have whatever you set your sights on. Just work for it, and have faith. And faith without works is dead. So work hard for it, and you can have it. When something piques your, like, that's why I never really understand jealousy, because if something piques your interest and you're like, oh wow, I wish I had that, or oh wow, I wish my body looked like that, or oh wow, I wish I had such a loving companion, just work towards getting it. If something piques that feeling inside, just know it's attainable. You also got reach for the stars on the bottom of the deck. And it says, you deserve only the best, and this is all you should focus your attention on. So yeah, focus on what you want. You can get it. You can reach for the stars, and you can get there. Reach for the stars and you can get it. You deserve only the best, and this is all you should focus your attention on. And right under that is smile. So like I said, I feel like this is like a light-hearted situation. You have laughter and smile. This is something you can definitely get through. You can do it. Whatever it is that's causing the isolation, you can get through it. You can raise your vibration. You can take pride in yourself again. You are lovable. This says, love who you are as you're created perfectly. Everything about your true self is beautiful. So, if you're isolating because you're feeling less confident about yourself or less confident about your body, just work on it. You can do it. Easy does it. Don't be hard on yourself. But with prayer and believing in yourself, you can do it. Take those lemons, turn them into lemonade. You can change your outlook. You can change your future by putting effort in. And also, you have so much to be proud of. I'm feeling that with this card. You actually have so much to be proud of. You're very hard on yourself, and you don't have to be hard on yourself, because you have built something amazing. Regardless of what circumstances you're feeling now, look at everything you've created. Look at the wisdom you have. And also, look at how strong you are independently. You don't need others. You really don't. You might want to get back out and like socialize and be, friendly with others. And that's perfectly fine. But you guys have natural instinct and wisdom, and you're perfectly capable of being alone, and you're perfectly happy alone as well. I feel like you guys do smile a lot, and you do have laughter in your life, and you don't rely on other people. But I do want you to ask for help when needed. Some of this pile, you might be too prideful to ask for help sometimes. This says, ask for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. So feel free to ask for help. I know you guys are lone wolves sometimes, and you have the instincts and the wisdom and the capabilities of doing things alone, but don't not ask for help. Another thing I want to point out is, if you're feeling low, if you don't feel good about yourself, sometimes others like I said, can kind of pick up on that and try to take advantage of you. So that's what I was getting at with this trickery. Just pay very good attention to that. I don't know if that happens to you guys though, because you seem like you're really on the ball. I think this pile's really sharp. Like I said, you have a lot of wisdom. But if this has something to do with, wanting to put more effort into your body or your appearance, or just wanting to take more pride in the way that you present yourself to others, or you have a specific celebration that you're focusing on that you want to go well, it's all going to work out. Just put the effort in. Take time for yourself. If you do have little children, ask for help when needed. You don't have to feel like you're on an island. You don't have to. You definitely do have people around that want to help you. Focus on that self-love. Pour your energy into yourself as well. When your cup is not full, it's very hard to take care of others. Like, you need to love yourself and pour that energy into yourself so that you are there or capable of being there for others, because we can't all 100% be there for everyone all the time. We have to take care of ourselves. So I also want to mention, guys, this is very important. I was pulling cards at the end for what energy is coming towards you. And you got sacred action, which is decisive focus. It's about not waiting, just making sure that you start focusing and take action on what it is you really want, because you are very supported right now in reaching your goals and getting what you have your eyes set on. So if it's yourself, if it's improving yourself, if it's improving your skills, if it's improving your life, no matter what it is, now is the time to jump into action. There's no reason to wait anymore. You have the cheetah power of action behind you to swiftly jump into action. But I want to talk about this card, because this card came out with a big chunk of cards, but it was on the top when I was first shuffling about the energies coming towards you, and I put it back in because it was too many cards, and then it came up on the bottom of the deck. So if you stuck around this long, I feel like you are interested in this pile, interested in what I'm saying, and I'm going to read that card. I don't always read them, but I want to, because there's a lot of information in here, and because it came out twice, it's important, and it came out twice for you guys as what energy is coming towards you. This says soul partner, eternal connection, and it was the twin flames card. At the bottom, it says that soul partner, eternal connection, but I'm going to read it. The radiant connections shown on this card reveal a potentially life-changing message for you. The appearance of a twin flame is on the horizon, and it's a directive of your karmic destiny that you reunite. Many people consider twin flames to be romantic connections, soulmates called back together from previous lives. This could indeed be the case for you, and this card may be announcing the homecoming of an abiding love. But there are many types of soul partners. They can take the form of loving parent and child, business partner, scientists working together on the same discovery, composer and lyricist, environmentalist with a common cause, or any other duo united in the intention to enhance the earthly experience of others. So don't be distracted by similarity in appearance of the souls pictured here. This message is about a perfectly matching resonance that vibrates with mutual recognition and higher purpose. The tiger that stands between these twin flames represents great passion. This may manifest in a physical relationship or represent a project that is compelling to you. Be encouraged, for the brilliant beam of light is pure spirit, and you are being blessed and guided to divine consciousness. So get ready for a profound relationship, one of twin devotion to each other and to a higher cause. The affirmation is, I am open to finding a deeper purpose in my life, and to finding a soul partner who will share my higher intentions. And you guys also got the number 17 card, which was that sacred action that I already talked about. But I'm just going to read it in case you guys need extra information. So first, guys, I want to tell you before I read this, maybe your soul is calling you to get ready and feel 100% whole, because someone really important is coming into your life and you're going to want to be ready for it. So your higher self may be perpetuating the circumstances that are making you feel like you want to improve. That could be. And let me read what the sacred action card says. Decisive focus. It's time to bring the active energy of the cheetah into your life. This swift cat represents decisive action and intense focus. Take an honest look at the projects or situations that have, for some reason, been put on hold. Perhaps you've been waiting for a better time, unsure of what you want to focus on, or even what action to take. This card is telling you to let go of the hesitation. Your soul longs for you to move forward on your path. Whether your goal is personal, professional, or spiritual, you have the power to manifest whatever you desire. Now is the time to resolve to pick a direction that calls your heart and act. Let go of your self-doubt and fear of making the wrong decision. The strength of your spirit will guide you every step of the way. Your spirit may also take you in the more global direction of sacred activism. The light of shared consciousness between animal and human can help you take decisive action to make the earth and all her life forms a top priority. And as your loving intention expands to encompass others, it accelerates the beneficial momentum and activates blessings worldwide. In this way, you have the power to heal the earth and yourself in your actions and choices every day. The affirmation is, I focus on the options before me. I choose to take decisive action in the direction of my dreams. So guys, yes, very important. I feel like, yeah, there's something really important coming into your lives, and you guys are going to want to be prepared. So your soul is calling you to take action and improve whatever it is. So when invitations start coming in, you're able to accept them. You guys are really good at creating things. This may even be about creating something. But I feel like you may be called to action really strongly right now so that you feel prepared when this opportunity or this person falls into your lap. So I hope you enjoyed this pile. If you like this type of video, please give it a like so that I know what kind of content to create in the future. And if you're not subscribed, I would love for you to stay with me on my channel and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Hello, pile 3. If you chose pile 3 or this stone, this is your reading. So pile 3, I immediately got, when I flipped these two cards over, Strength and Sanctuary. I don't know why, because normally I wouldn't think of like holding secrets from this, but I feel like you guys are really strong, and you keep things to yourself about what you're working on or what you're doing. It's almost like you sometimes keep things hidden away, and you are so strong about keeping the dream alive inside yourself without sharing it to the world. So that's part of it. It could be, I mean, like I said, like I have said before, with pick-a cards, not everything will resonate, but that did come through. So somebody watching this is going to feel that way, or does do that, where they kind of keep they have like a sanctuary inside where they hold their most prized dreams, their most sacred dreams inside, and they have the strength inside them to not share it with everyone. And that is a strength, because a lot of times we want to bounce things off of someone or bounce ideas off of people, but somebody here that's watching this has a really innate strength that helps them keep their, dreams inside themselves, real locked up tight. And safely is kind of what you think, when you keep it inside, it's for safety reasons. But also, you guys have a lot of strength. You're able to move mountains with your strength. Look at this card. You're a very strong person. You are very, I just heard fortitude. You have a lot, you're very strong. You have, I feel like you guys are really persistent too. You wouldn't give up. If you were climbing this mountain, you would not give up. You can take, your sanctuary comes from within. You have like a capability of going within to find strength, and you feel safe with yourself. Like you can find the strength and the comfort within yourself. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Pile 3, that's beautiful. And I feel like maybe you guys feel strong and safe alone. I love that. Okay, encouraging messages. Sorry, that's very powerful energy there, whatever that means to you guys looking at those cards. Become the true you is here. Show the world who you really are. You know what? That's so interesting. Maybe that's part of it too. Like, you guys have such immense power and strength inside, and you hide it a lot. You keep it to yourself. Oh, I just got chills. That's true. Yeah. You guys have a very, I keep wanting to say deep, but I don't, mountains don't say deep. I mean, I guess they do. Yeah, they do. They do. Okay, but anyway, that kept coming to my mind. You guys have like a very deep strength and sense of comfort. I just heard purpose too. To yourselves, but you hide it a lot from people. You hide the real true you a lot. Show the world who you really are and what you were born to do is here. And then you do have, you do have protect your dreams. I think you guys do. You keep your real desires, your true dreams buried deep inside of yourselves for safety. Protect your dreams. You do that. Inspiration is here. It says, be prepared as you'll soon receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. I feel like you guys are inspired. And like I said, you keep things to yourself. But maybe more inspiration will be coming to you soon. And protect your dreams, which I feel like you already do. Nature's signs is here. When I flip this over, I really thought, I'll read it to you. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need to be open. We need only open our hearts and minds. So what I thought of when this card came up, for instance, like when something crosses my path, like if something shows up in my yard, I always look up the symbolism because I'm like, what is that a sign? I do often think that I am open to everything being signs. Like when I do these readings, if I see numbers on the camera that catch my attention for some reason, or if my battery is getting really low, if there's even if my daughter comes through, like I always pay attention to all signs and I try to interpret what the universe is telling me with those signs. So I feel like that's a message kind of saying be really receptive, because the universe, spirit, God, source, creator, whatever you believe in, is speaking to you a lot right now, trying to get your attention in different ways. So you also got stress reduction. You guys need some stress reduction in your lives. It says de-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. Maybe you need to create a sanctuary at home so that you can kind of hide away from the world and recharge your batteries. It says wait for winter here. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. So that's really wonderful. Wait for winter. So this might be a form of divine timing at work, and you will be getting your manifestations during the winter months, wherever you are, whatever winter is for you. If you're in the US, we're actually in winter now, so that's really soon, so that's beautiful. Make time for self-care is here, so make sure you're taking care of yourself. You got stress reduction and make time for self-care, so it's time to kind of go within, create that sanctuary at home, and make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. You also got infinite abundance. I love that for you. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. You guys might be getting insights and inspirations that will really bring some abundance your way. So that's a big message for you. Fresh air is here. Under stress reduction was fresh air and massage. So get outside, stretch your body, take some walks, breathe in the fresh air, get a massage, take care of yourself, make time for self-care, do things that make you feel good. Impartiality is here. So your situation may need an impartial view, or like the tail behind this card is a prominent figure in a community, and she is usually called when there are disputes that need someone to help with kind of figuring out the disputes or solving the disputes. And this one particular dispute had to do with what color a fence was to be painted. Neighbors were arguing about the color, and how she solved the problem is she decided to ask each neighbor to paint what the other person wanted, to put themselves in their shoes and kind of get a feel for what the other party feels. So maybe there's a need for some fairness, some impartiality in your life, maybe looking at things in an impartial way, or maybe you are kind of the calming voice that helps people around you, or maybe that's kind of something that you're being called to be right now, and impart fairness and wisdom to those around you. And then patience is here. So patience regarding your dreams. This was under your dreams. So protect your dreams. Have patience with your dreams. Sadness was looking at patience. So don't be sad about it. Everything is working out when it's supposed to. Sometimes things are going slower for a reason. Don't be sad. Don't be, procrastination is right under sadness. Don't feel sad that things aren't working out immediately. Sometimes when you feel like there's a procrastination on the part of someone else, or when things aren't working out as fast as you want them to, there's a reason for that. The universe, protects us in different ways, and we don't really know sometimes all of the underlying reasons why things don't happen immediately. Sometimes we need to feel certain ways, or we need a little bit of frustration in our lives in order to really understand how much we want something. If you think about, like, if things came to us immediately, we wouldn't really get a chance to want or really understand how much we want something, how important it is to us. Writing is here. You guys are very talented writers. It says you heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. So whatever you do in life, maybe it can be enhanced using writing at this time. You are very skilled with your words, and manifestations can be sped up using writing as well. So if you are in a lull and you feel sadness because you've put in a lot of patience, maybe write down what you're trying to manifest, and your manifestations will happen faster if you use writing. If maybe you need to communicate with someone in writing, or maybe you're really skilled at writing. Maybe that's part of your life purpose. Maybe you enjoy writing. Maybe you're professionally a writer or an author. Don't be sad about how long something is taking you, because it's happening the way it's supposed to happen. Just believe that. It says balance work, rest, and play. It's important for you to have fun along with fulfilling your responsibilities. So, like I said, don't get too caught up in work, because you have to have patience with results and balance out your life. You need stress reduction. You need time for self-care. Make sure you're taking really good care of yourself. Promises at the bottom of the deck. This usually makes me think of romance. They just look so romantic, just staring out here at the sunset. But what I'm also thinking is, like, take time for the small niceties of life. Take time to take in the sunset. Take time to go out for lovely walks. Take time to enjoy the beauty the universe has to offer. Take time, nature science, to look up at the stars. Take time to look at how beautiful the Creator made our universe, our world, our trees, our nature, the animals, the flowers. There's so many things we're so blessed to see on a daily basis. Take time to take those. Yeah, take time to smell the roses. Yeah, there's already a phrase, and I don't know why I'm being so winded. I'm being so winded to tell you the phrase that already exists. Stop and smell the roses. Sorry about that. Sometimes I just go on tangents, but that really wanted to come out. So have faith too. Just have faith. Have faith. Don't let this sadness overcome you. Have patience. Have faith. Everything's working out for you. Don't worry. You have this strength, and create this sanctuary for yourself to kind of relax. Gratitude is right under faith. I think you guys do have gratitude, but perhaps that's why I was going on and on about the lovely things that surround us in the universe. Just, look around and take in the beauty that is in front of us. And gosh, stop and smell the roses is something I said, and there's a rose on this card. Just, this says yellow rose. Yeah, and maybe even surround yourself with yellow roses. Maybe there's something to be said. Or look up what yellow roses means, because, we were just told, take in nature's signs, and the rose jumped out at me. Look up what yellow roses symbolizes. It could even be friendships. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, maybe look that up. It might resonate with you. I also pulled a card about what energy is coming toward you at this time, and you got sacred breath and sound, life force, communication. And this card is about healing coming towards you. Healing is available to you now, both on physical and personal levels. Deep breathing can relieve stress and initiate and accelerate healing. So that's a big message. And also, this wants you to pay attention to how you're communicating with yourself and others, because communication and self-expression is really important at this time. The affirmation for this card is, I breathe deeply and express myself. My sound and breath are sacred to me. So perhaps you need to express yourself through writing and communication as well. There might be something that really wants to come out. Maybe you're really good at writing. Also, at the bottom of your health deck was improving health. So just know that your health will be improving. That's an encouraging message. It says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for your comforting reassurance about this situation. So good things are coming, guys. You have the strength to get through this, and you have the patience to wait it out. It's worth it. Make sure when things come up, you're taking an impartial look at them, and make time for self-care. You have infinite abundance coming to you. That's the energy. That's your encouraging message, and it might be attached to your creative expression, and your creative expression might be within writing. Absolutely. But stay open to the signs. So the universe wants to talk to you more. So really be receptive to looking at numbers, looking at the clock, looking at the animals that cross your path throughout the day, and look up the symbolism, because you might be getting some inspiring messages. And also pay attention to your dreams. You might get inspiration in your dreams. I do feel like you already protect your dreams, but make sure you continue to do that. You don't want to share too much too soon. And just have patience. The universe is working everything out for you. And don't forget that the energy that's coming through is about communication and healing, and your healing that's available to you right now. So that's beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this message. I'm going to move on to pile number 4. Take care. Hello, pile 4. If you chose pile 4 or this stone, this is your message. So pile 4, I want to talk to you. When I was getting ready to shuffle these cards, I started thinking about a circumstance in my own life, and sometimes spirit does that to me. Like, I'll recall a memory when it might apply to something coming up in the reading. And I, without getting too personal and saying too much, but I thought of my sister, and I'm sure there's different relationships between sisters, and my viewers will have different relationships with their sister, but some of you might understand when you have a sister, and sometimes you go through periods of not talking as much, and it's not even really that something's like terribly wrong. It's just you kind of grow apart, and then you see each other again. And we might have, several people watching may have experienced seeing your family that you don't necessarily see that often anymore, recently because of the holidays. But anyway, sometimes I get really sad about not having a super, super close relationship with my sister at this very time. We had periods where we were closer. We do have an age gap, so that doesn't help. But, sometimes I do feel really sad about it. But recently, I've had a couple of exchanges with her and I felt really happy about those, like potentially maybe drawing us closer. I don't know. It's not like, and I haven't felt like I've wanted to rush it, but, I do often kind of feel sometimes like what was coming up when I was pulling these cards is I was feeling like sometimes and it's always my own, it's our own insecurities when we feel like someone's judging us without them actually like saying it to us. So like if things are coming up, it's typically kind of our own insecurities that are speaking to us. And sometimes I do feel like I don't always share with everyone exactly what I'm doing on my spiritual path. And when I was pulling some of these cards, before I even laid these out, I was just feeling kind of melancholy about my sister and kind of just hopeful that things will kind of get back to where they used to be. And like I said, we didn't have like any major point where I remember like a huge fallout. It's just like we kind of grew apart and then sometimes we grow back together. But that's the kind of feelings I was feeling. It may not apply to all of you, but I was feeling that like that hopeful sense of, yeah, I hope, things get better between us, But I also was feeling like there's some things I don't necessarily share too deeply with her or anyone for that matter. And spiritual teacher came up several times. And sometimes I feel like spiritual teaching or this art of, oracle cards or tarot cards or, reading like this, some people really do look down on it. And I'm not saying my sister does, but I do often kind of feel a little bit insecure because she's very professional and she's really good at what she does. And so sometimes, like, I do feel like some of this stuff that was coming up. Oh, and gossip's right under there. So this doesn't have to be about spiritual path. It could be, but it has to do with kind of family relationships, I think, this pile. And also when we feel like someone might judge us or, when our self-worth is called into question and kind of how to navigate that. But what I'm feeling with this pile is family harmony did come up. And like I said, before I pulled the cards, I started thinking about her. So that's why I'm telling you the story. It's going to be different for all of you how it plays out or what it really means to you. But I think this pile, whoever picked this pile, your encouraging messages are about family relationships and perhaps like, because home came up, family relationships or relationships to those that you had when you felt you're most like at home or in a childhood home, or kind of making the first step to kind of bring back family harmony or harmony within those really close friendships that felt like family for a period of time, or the people that you really felt at home with. And also she looks kind of homesick. Like she's reading something, so perhaps this is someone that might feel a little homesick, or maybe you're missing some people from your family. And this is all about coming together. I feel like family harmony is going to be coming back for a period of time at least. This says, come together. Fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make the work light. Working as a team helps get the job done. But when I saw come together, I feel like this is about really close friendships or family relationships getting closer at this time, perhaps. And spiritual teacher is here twice. So if you picked this pile, you are definitely a spiritual teacher, whether you know it or not. You could professionally be a spiritual teacher, or people just look up to you and they take your wisdom and advice in, and they really do believe in you. They know that you're very wise. People, you might just naturally be a spiritual teacher without doing it professionally, but you may also do it professionally. But in your everyday life, I feel like you are a spiritual teacher. You can't help yourself. You're very wise and you're very good at sharing the wisdom. with others. And this says you're on the right path. So whatever you are doing, pile 4, you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. You also have revealing the true self. That's kind of that also. So what was coming up in my feelings was, I don't share my true self with everyone. I really don't. And I also don't share like even my true passion for some things with everyone. I pick and choose like who I share it with. Revealing your true self is here. It says, as you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. So maybe it is time to feel safe enough to share what you feel comfortable with your family group or your really true friends or the people that make you feel at home. Once you feel comfortable, and just let it naturally come to you. Don't push it. But once you feel comfortable, if you're able to share those parts of yourself or those facets of yourself, they will really, you'll feel like they really truly love the true you. And also, as you feel more comfortable and you start sharing more of yourself, you will be so much more understood by them, is what I feel, It just makes sense. But make sure your self-worth is up. I hope that you guys really understand how worthy you are and how wonderful you are and how much you count in this world. And gossip is right here. So you guys might be feeling self-conscious perhaps because I was mentioning to you in the beginning how sometimes I do feel a little bit judged about sharing too deeply about this path that I'm in with spirituality, because sometimes people don't understand this. They don't necessarily believe in it, especially if you came from a very, very religious background growing up. And it also depends on like what line of work sometimes people are in that you're sharing it with, because some people are just forced to be very logical thinkers. And sometimes, when you bring up spirituality, you'll know immediately who is open to it and who, well, not necessarily immediately, but I get a really strong sense, and I'm guessing you guys probably do too, like who's open to it and who's like, oh, please, whatever. You know what I mean? Miracles right under gossip. So I feel like if you work on yourself and your self-worth is up, and I'm not saying you definitely have a self-worth issue. I'm just saying if your self-worth is up and you truly understand yourself and you love yourself, the gossip will roll right off your back. And once you get through the gossip stage with other people in your relationships, or thinking that they don't value you as much, once you get through this petty, gossipy, weird stage that where if you have someone in your life that you feel is talking behind your back, once you get through those stages, miracles can happen, because sometimes it can all be in our heads. It doesn't necessarily mean it's actually happening behind our back. When we have something going on with our own self-worth or feeling insecure, we can just kind of project those things onto other people and assume that they're gossiping about them. But once you kind of get through that or dig through that, miracles can happen in your relationships. So I just want to tell whoever is watching pile 4, first of all, you are an extremely wise spiritual teacher, and spiritual teacher came up a couple times. So that is an extraordinarily strong message for you. And tenderness is required in this situation. So that's why I do feel like this is about really strong relationships or friendships. Let go of anxiety, kind of let the universe work on this situation with you if that is your wish. It says wish wisely, use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desires and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. It's interesting that it says steps here, and you also got first step, and it says breaking down this problem into tiny pieces makes it easy to take the first step. The first step is usually the hardest, and once we kind of get the ball rolling, things will come together nicely. You will have that come together card. But I want to talk about this. So you're on the right path. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking about right now, you are on the right path. Body work is here. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, healing energy, physical therapy, or exercise training. And this is about, you guys might really be healers and be into massage therapy or energy healing. That's definitely possible because you already have those spiritual vibes going on here. And this can also be about, exercise, work out a little bit. It'll help you kind of move past certain blockages in your life. Like when I get body work, I think of actually working on your body. That might be something that will make you feel good. You also have wellness here. The recovery of health and wellness is here. And I just feel like physical activity might really help you when you have blocks. Travel might be coming up. Perhaps you are traveling with whomever this is about soon, or travel could be in your future. It says your life purpose involves travel. It doesn't necessarily have to be your life purpose, but something might be coming up about travel, and perhaps, and that was right near radiance. So I think it's going to be a really nice trip. Radiance to me reminds me of the Sun card, and what is radiance? It's a very positive feeling. It's a very positive card. So radiance is here, and travel. So you could be traveling soon, or you could be traveling with the person that came to mind when I was talking about family harmony. And then you also have submerged here. So I do feel, oh my gosh, guys, look. The ancestors card is right under there. How wild. Generations. This probably really is. Oh, and the family tree that I always think of when I think of families. I think of the family tree, and then communication. Spirit is really telling us a message here. So there could be some submerged feelings or submerged things that, that you feel you want to get out into the open with some relatives or some family members, family tree, people you feel like are family. And communication is the key, and it probably will inspire some harmony. Stillness is here because I feel like this naturally needs to kind of work itself out. So kind of like stillness, calm lakes, flowing water, just stillness, like being, and when I say flowing, I just mean like go with the flow. Stillness, right now, just peacefulness is here. And then new beginnings are here after the stillness. So I feel like something kind of got started. You want to bring harmony and peace, stillness to the situation. Water reminds me of going with the flow, and new beginnings are coming. So whoever picked this pile, I do feel like there's going to be harmony in the relationships that are coming to mind when I'm talking about this for you. And it's so wild that this came up under there. Yeah, I definitely feel like this has something to do with family or people you feel like are family, or somebody that feels like home to you. And then I pulled a card about what energy is coming toward you, and you actually got go with the flow, letting go, cleansing, and receiving. That actually came up for you, and I just want to tell you a little bit about the card. So the person on this card is the priestess of the water, or the priestess of the waterfall, rises from the foam holding the mists of water spirits close to her heart. She wears a golden spiral of infinity on her headdress, symbolizing the power of purification and the release of negativity. When this card appears, it announces a time of quiet energy, encouraging you to release resistance and go with the flow. True release requires a conscious intention to let go of control and embrace the cleansing energy of non-attachment. I'm not going to read the whole thing in the book here, but I just wanted to read some of it because it's pretty deep. This is about going with the flow. She's kind of protecting her heart here, as you see. So this has something to do with your emotions or feeling like you kind of need to protect yourself, and in the heart space, I mean. And then this says, water is an important element in your life experience. It brings clarity and understanding and represents the presence of spirit. You are a body of water, as is the blue planet of ours. So basically, the affirmation here is, I move comfortably through the experiences of my life. I release resistance and align myself with the joyous energy flowing freely through the world. So this is nice. I mean, it's about kind of releasing negativity, letting things flow in. This also says, let go and receive, for the river of endless opportunity is coming your way. So that's a beautiful energy to have. That is so beautiful. And, it's basically about letting go, cleansing, and then receiving. So I feel like embody this energy, know it's coming towards you, and just kind of go more with the flow. Make sure you are focusing on your self-worth. You are a very important, very wonderful individual that, you are so wise. People really look up to you, whether you know it or not. They do. You heal with your classes, seminars, and sessions. And I just feel like in general, you have the ability of healing others with the way that you are. You just are this person naturally. You're a spiritual teacher. It says, share your wisdom with others. You were born to teach. So you guys just, you are such a very knowledgeable, respected individual that has so much to share with others. And I think tenderness is called for in this scenario, whatever this means for you guys. But those are your encouraging messages. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this type of video, please give it a thumbs up so I know what to create in the future. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope you are subscribed, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.